Hello, beautiful world of the interwebs. We're back again at the DUDEPOOL Gamescast. I'm the host with the most, the Dude 250, known online and in real life as Nicky D. Hanging out with my man Taylor Sager, Aliens Exist.
I guess.
And coming all the way from the great UK, it's the man with the master plan, Danny Peel. Brutal nature, how are we?
I do have a master plan. I'm just not going to reveal it at this time.
That's right.
You're not going to do the James Bond villain thing?
Nope.
And sit us down
Not yet.
and tell us your whole plan?
No.
You're not going to... Really?
Come
Not
on.
quite
The
yet.
foundation of the DUDEPOOL Nation is not going to tell the DUDEPOOL Nation his master plan? You're the foundation.
Not yet.
How are we supposed to live without you, Danny? Without your master plan?
Without you,
Two different
I
songs.
never know.
Anyway,
Start first.
Anyway.
Anyway.
to you. To me, I
Oh, yeah,
start
it's my
first.
topic. Ha! My topic today is going to be Deus Ex.
Deus Ex.
Mankind Divided.
Mm.
I'm very excited for this one. Who
Mankind
played the last
is
one? Show of
divided.
hands. Show of hands who played the last one.
Hello.
Show of hands who didn't.
I'm not showing nothing.
Damn it, just whip it out.
No, not
Put
again.
it on the table.
Whip it out on camera. The dream's coming true.
Flop it on the table.
It was me.
Ew. That's my fucking table. Don't flop it on that.
Leave a nice
it clean?
print on there for you.
A little mushroom prints.
Yeah, it's a big glass one. It'll leave a good stain on there.
You're sick.
Gross.
Why
Anyway,
would it stain? What's wrong with
I
your
don't
dick?
know. You don't want to know.
Okay.
that
Anyway,
dick stank.
Deus Ex, Mankind Divided. Where to start? Fuck. Yeah. his
Do they have
dick got
robotic
through me.
dicks in that game?
No, there was no
No,
dicks in
no
that
robotic
game. The
dicks,
last
okay.
game, I fell in love with the last game when I played it. It was a very, very pleasant surprise. I really enjoyed the original Deus Ex. The other ones after that, I was like, yeah, they're okay. But then I played this one, and it had such a, first Cyberpunk. I don't think there's enough Cyberpunk in my life.
No,
ever.
there's not.
I love Cyberpunk.
Yep.
And this one, it did it, and it did it very well. I loved how different the game just looked. It came out at a time where everything was kind of dark and gray and very muddy, if that makes sense, in terms of color palettes.
Yep.
Other than like Borderlands. But
Right.
this had like a really cool, distinct visual style. It was very dark, and black and
Gold.
gold seemed to
Yeah.
be a theme for them. And I really liked that because it was different, and it lended itself well to the cyberpunk setting. I liked all the cool moves you could do and get, like the upgrades with your blade arms and the I can't remember the system, like fires fucking rubber bullets out of your body
Oh, right,
in a
yeah.
360-degree rotation and
Mhm.
knocks everybody the fuck out. I liked how you could literally talk to pretty much everybody in the entire world. I liked how, for example, this is it's not really a spoiler because it happens the very beginning of the game. After the intro bit. You start off, you've got your augmentations and shit, and you get called up to the office, to David Seraph, your boss's office, and he's going to send you on a mission to go save a bunch of people that are held hostage by this group, terrorist organization against people with augmentations.
Yeah.
And it says, dude, you better hurry up and get there before shit goes down. Well,
Right.
I heard that on my first playthrough, and I was like, ha ha ha, I've played games before, and that's just something you say. And then I went and wandered around the whole office building, talked to everybody, searched through everything, hacked computers, read emails. Like, I was like, cool, man, there's a lot of backstory here. Blah, blah, blah. And then fucking got on the helicopter and went and did the mission. And when I got there, I went and talked to the SWAT officer, and they had been held back until I got there. Right? And they were like, what the fuck, man? Where the hell have you been? And the guy lost his goddamn mind on me. And I was like, whoa, easy, chief. I'll go save these people. It's a game. This is what I do. And then I went in there, and the motherfucker had killed half the goddamn hostages,
Oh, God.
if not all of them.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Yeah, and it's because I took too long
You're
getting
reading
there.
emails.
And then on my second
drinking
playthrough,
your coffee.
yeah, basically.
Having a donut.
Just having a little wank in the bathroom while people were getting shot. And I'm like, oh, dude, I'm fine. And then I played it again, and I went there immediately and saved them all. And it wasn't something that it told you that could happen. It's just something that happened, and it was organic.
Right.
That shit's cool to me. And that kind of thing permeated its way throughout the game without any major spoilers. I won't go into any of the other ones because I don't want to ruin it. But that was such a cool mind opener for me about, okay, whoa, I gotta listen to what these NPCs are saying now.
People's
Yeah.
lives matter.
Right? Yeah, if somebody says a little thing like, dude, hurry the fuck up, I'd be like, nope, I'm going. Right? I'm out of here. And it just totally changed it for me, which was a really neat thing to do.
That's
I liked how you could go through most of the game without killing anybody, or you could just murder fucking everybody. I like choices like that. There's different ways to get into buildings and stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
There's different NPCs you could talk to that would open up whole different ways of entering. Like the first playthrough, I had to sneak into a police station, so I bribed a guard and went in. Second one, I gave this homeless dude some money and was like, do you know how to get into the police station? And he's like, here's a sewer entrance and there's a tunnel thing and you can just sneak in. And I was like,
You
damn, son.
You gave him money before you asked him how to get into the police station?
Well, it said like get info with like a little $50 thing beside it or whatever. And I was like, fuck yeah, give me the info. Here's your money. And thank you, pleasure
always
doing
nice when
business.
they tell you.
Go buy your crack. Yeah, but like it's just different options and different choices, and they never spell it out for you. It's more about how well you explore the world. Like there was parts in that thing where I wanted to be stealthy, and I just had no idea how to get past this like group of people. So I just murdered them all.
Yeah.
I might be a little impatient, but and then by the time I get into the next room, I turn around and I was like, wait, there's a vent there? Well, how the fuck? And then I'd go in there and then I'd follow it and it was like, oh shit, it's blocked. And I'd get out and find out where that blocked vent was, and I found out I could just grab a box and move it. There's a fucking vent there. I was like, Jesus! I knew you could move boxes and shit, but I had no idea to like move shit to look for things, you know? Like it was more about how you explored the
You looked
world.
like a man.
Yeah. So that shit I'm super excited to see in the new one. I know I've spent a lot of time talking about the original and why it excited me, but this is why I'm getting even more
That's
excited
why it's, yeah.
for this next one. Yeah.
Cool.
And I like the setting. Like the first one, all the cities and stuff were super dark, and it was always either daytime or nighttime in the specific zones.
Right.
And there was not really a day-night cycle.
Weird.
And this one, I'm not sure if there's a day-night cycle, but they showed off like you're in Prague during the day, and then you're also in Prague during at night. Maybe different parts of the story. You're
yeah.
back there at nighttime
Sure.
or in daytime, and yeah, the color like really, really deep dark blacks at night, which is I like to see in a bit of the goldness.
Yeah.
But when you were there during the daytime, it was really bright and,
Wow.
and kind of dry, and like I was like, oh, that's
That's cool.
different. It looked different from the first one, and that was super cool to me. I like the setting without spoiling any of the story of the first game. The second one, it's called Mankind Divided because there literally is like huge segregation going on about people with augmentations and people without.
Right.
There was a
right.
lineup, like I watched a bit of a gameplay demo where the dude was in Prague, and there was a lineup to go into like the subway system or whatever, and there was a lineup for augments and a lineup for people without augments. And if you go into the lineup without augments and you have augs, they're like, let me see your paperwork, and no, I can see your augs, and they're like it's like racism, borderline
Yeah.
racism stuff going on there.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
have to, or you can choose which line to go into and try and talk your way out of it or whatever. But it just showed that
Right.
mankind is divided right now after that first game, and all the like he had to go get upgrades. And to get upgrades in the last game, you go to a limb clinic. As
Right.
they're called, right? Limb is an acronym for something. I can't remember what
Right.
it is because it's very long, but it's where you go to get surgery done on your augments and like upgrade your fucking shit and I got more health now and all that kind of stuff. And this one, it started out the game and they didn't go into details why his augments were all fucked up, but something happened and he had to go get them serviced. But all the limb clinics, because of what was going on and all the segregations, are all going bankrupt. They don't have
Wow.
any money, so they're not in operation anymore. So he has to go to like underground
Right.
limb clinics, and it was kind of shady and dark. And I was like, "That's fucking
Cool.
cool, man.
Yeah,
I
it's
like the
cool.
stuff that you're doing. I like what you're bringing to the table." The voice acting seemed fucking on point, just the same as the first one. I really liked the first game.
Right.
The voice acting was solid.
I don't know.
No,
Ooh.
main
I thought the
character bugged you?
voices.
Ooh.
No, not him. Everyone else, like some of the other characters, I thought they sounded voice acting. I was saying this to Taylor before we started film. I thought some of the voice acting sounded kind of poor, to be honest.
Yeah,
But that
fair.
was my only gripe with what I've
Yep.
seen so far. Other than that, it looks tremendous, really, really good.
Oh, I dug the voice acting in the first one, but it is
Oh, and
now
the
that I'm
first one,
playing
yeah.
it- Yeah.
I'm talking about the new
yeah.
one.
That's why I have. Oh, the new one I thought it was fine, but I don't think I've seen enough of it.
Yeah.
Didn't sound all that great, but whatever.
Doesn't sound
It's
great.
serviceable. Nothing bad. Just I expect
That's
better
fair.
at this point, and I want
Like
better from
cringy
this.
moments, or what do
I
you
want
mean?
this to really immerse me because the first one, well, the previous one, we keep saying the first one, but it's not really, is it? Like it's
No,
fucking-
yeah.
So, but yeah,
Well, it's not
anyway.
exactly a continuation of the other games either.
No.
It's kind of a reboot, right?
Right.
Sure, that's fair.
So the
Yeah.
new first one.
Human Revolution. We'll just call it Human Revolution.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
Carry on.
looks good. Looks really
The
good. Though.
first one did immerse you, is what you were gonna say?
Well, yeah, Human Revolution. Yeah, it was a mess. I loved the globe trotting kind of aspect. Just and,
Yeah.
like just finding all these little nooks and crannies and alleyways, and they felt really nicely populated and stuff. So, and obviously
Mhm.
we'll get more of that because that was a kind of trademark of that game and stuff. But I liked it a lot. Yeah, it really was.
I will
really,
say
really
that
good.
the first one's showing its age now a bit.
Sure, it
Yeah,
would. Yeah,
absolutely.
it would. But
It's like what,
quite
6
old.
years old now or
Yeah,
something like that?
something
good
like that.
on, yeah. I mean, it wasn't
Yeah,
when it came
I-
out. It wasn't like
2009?
super good looking, but it was okay.
No, and in terms of what's really showing its age to me, it's not so much the visuals; it is the AI. 'Cause
Oh.
AI animations have improved so much since they just
True,
walk
yeah.
around a bit stiff in the original
Right.
game for me. Since
Yeah.
games like The Last of Us and other games, so there's a
Yeah.
million other games that have come out with really solid animations on the new hardware and stuff. That was it was a very stiff game in terms of
Yeah.
AI walking in patterns and stopping and just maybe staring at a wall for a second before they turn
Yeah.
around, like one of those. Like
Yeah.
it gets to its end of its
Yeah,
clear,
its
distinct
patrol,
path, and
yeah.
it just stops, and then they
Turns
turn.
around.
It's
Bit
like now they
old-fashioned.
just do a natural fluid and turn,
Yeah.
right?
Actually
it's,
makes sense where they're going and stuff.
yeah,
like that.
yeah, exactly. It's not as mechanical. It's a
Yeah.
bit more organic these days.
Cool.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
really
stoked
good,
though.
Mm.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think it's gonna be a pretty fucking sweet game.
Agreed. Yeah.
Would you say that it's the best thing coming out of Square Enix this year? In your opinion?
Well, what else do they got? They got Final
Final
Fantasy.
15.
Which-
They've got Final Fantasy, the VR experience.
Uh-huh.
Can't forget about that. I guess you could say Tomb Raider because we're gonna get it on PS4. We haven't played it yet.
That's
on-
true.
on
Apparently, it's
Xbox.
awesome. I will play it.
I'll play it. Yeah, it looks great.
And what else are they doing this year?
I mean, I can easily say it'll be my most anticipated game from them because it's
Same.
one of my most anticipated games of the year.
Right.
Yeah.
I like, and I can say that not because it's probably going to be the best, but because I've been waiting so long for it.
But do you
Right.
think it's gonna probably be the best Square Enix game to come out this year?
Sure, maybe I haven't played any of
We'll see.
Tomb Raider, yeah.
no, not even Tomb Raider.
I don't think Tomb Raider really counts.
I think I'll enjoy this more than Tomb Raider just because it's more of an RPG immersive kind of a thing, and that's more my
Right.
style.
Right, right.
Tomb Raider will be an awesome game, but I just played Uncharted 4.
Right.
That's
Which
all I got to
is
say about that.
Anyway.
I feel like they're different though. Like Tomb Raider is kind of more like almost
Dramatic.
I don't know, and it's
Open
kind of,
world.
Well,
a bit.
Uncharted's
yeah,
really
and
dramatic.
but it's like Metroid style where you have to you're in one open world, but you have to get different
Connected
things.
hubs. You're in
Yeah,
connected hubs.
You have to get different items or whatever or tools to
Yeah.
unlock different areas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which I like that whole idea, but whereas Uncharted is more like it's like a cinematic movie where you're going through different crazy backdrops and different crazy shit to get to.
People keep saying that about Uncharted, and then they'll kind of poo-poo the gameplay a little bit. But the fucking gameplay in that game was awesome, man. Fucking, you're laughing
No.
at
A
poo-poo.
little
right?
dragged on.
I haven't even played it yet. I mean, but the gameplay that I watched Nick play through, I mean, it looked like a fuck
Super
ton of
fun,
fun. that's
man.
for
Really
sure.
good fun.
Like just the grappling around and all
Yeah.
the driving and shit and
Yeah.
boating and you name it.
Really
They
liked
get you
it.
to do a bunch of crazy shit.
Here's my theory behind that is that I think people poo-poo on the gameplay because they don't realize that they've been playing it for fucking 8 hours straight because
Yeah.
it's so goddamn solid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're like, oh, I have to climb over these rocks again. There's a lot of that in this game. It's like, well, don't play it for 9 hours at a time.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
what I'll
that's
say,
what
like,
I was doing, right? Like I beat it in
Sure.
2 goddamn sittings, and I was like, well, It's feeling a little dragged on. But I was like, maybe if I had spaced this 19-hour thing over, or I don't know how long it took, 12 hours maybe.
Yeah.
But
15.
maybe if I'd
Spaced the load
spaced it
out.
out a bit more,
Yeah.
then it wouldn't have felt that way, right?
Sure.
Because I kind of felt the way like that in The Last of Us for a minute too, until I realized I beat that in one sitting,
Yeah.
19 hours straight.
But I feel like those games are so
Jeez.
much more like movies that you
what I do.
you want to beat the whole thing in
don't
like
do
a
that anymore.
shorter amount of time because you want all of that stuff
Yeah, you
to
want-
be
yeah,
fresh,
yeah,
I
it's
guess.
true.
Dialogue's
You
just
wanna
so
get through the
goddamn
whole
good.
thing.
Yeah, it
Ugh.
just keeps you hooked and
Yeah,
into
that
it for
too,
me, right? And
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. I was going to make a point
But
about
yeah,
the gameplay, and I've completely forgotten it, so never mind. Get back on topic.
That's fair.
Probably wasn't that important then.
No, I mean
It was
I.
really a good point. I remember it was a good point.
Oh, well, thank you for that. Almost a great.
I love
You guys
how
put me on.
much little tiny detail is in the Deus Ex franchise now, like in Human Revolution, and it's going to definitely be in Mankind Divided. They talked about it a lot. Just hacking any computer you see and reading some random person's emails that may or may not be anything, right? But it just adds so much depth to me because I usually have a little bit of that, and I just get so into it. I'm like, oh, who's this guy? And I read their stories,
Having
and I'm
sex
like,
with the secretary.
Oh, this
I
guy's a
remembered my
dick.
point.
he fucking robbed that guy. And sometimes it leads into just other missions that you otherwise would have never ever seen that don't tie into anything else other than, oh, there's going to be a drug deal at that location. What happens if I go there? Oh shit, there's a drug deal going on. Oh fuck, I just thwarted their plans.
Thwarted.
Just shit like that. I just thwarted.
Thwarted. Excellent.
That kind of
Thwarted.
shit to me is super cool in terms of just making it way more immersive and grabbing me by the balls and saying, "Let's go, big boy."
I really like the ads that they've been doing, especially the first ones with like that weird hostage like live action stuff that they were doing.
Yeah, they do
Count
some
the
funky stuff, don't
timers
they?
and- yeah, weird shit going on, right? Yeah, it was cool. I like the way that they do the ads for that game. It's
Mhm.
like it's weird. It seems so much different than the other kind of games that Square Enix does. Honestly, like they don't do ad campaigns like that really for Final Fantasy or for stuff like that. But they do that kind of weird shit for Deus Ex.
Yeah, this was Eidos.
It wasn't originally an Eidos, yeah, but
Eidos Montreal, and I think they just
Right.
took over that studio because that live action shit is a very Montreal type of move. Ubisoft Montreal does shit like that too.
Eidos and Square coming together is why they changed their name to Square.
Yeah, I know.
So
But
they-
I'm
they've
saying
owned
this is
that
their
for a long
Montreal-based studio that's
Right.
doing it. So it's like the Japanese end is doing the
Oh, I see
Final
what you're
Fantasy
saying. I see
weird
what you're
kind of
saying, yeah.
marketing.
Right.
The Montreal is doing
Yeah.
this stuff, right?
Yeah, the weird guerrilla
Huge stark
style.
contrast.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
that's true.
One's
Yeah, I
a
didn't
North
even think about
American
that.
company, the other's a Japanese.
Yeah,
That's
it's kind of
yeah.
just okayed by the Japanese instead of
Yeah.
Yeah.
developed there entirely. Yeah, I never
Exactly.
Really thought about
Cool.
that. Yeah, I'm glad that Eidos at least is making more games. Hopefully they make another Soul Reaver or something.
Yeah, that was a
Maybe
deep
one of
cut.
them. Or Blood Omen,
Yeah.
one of them games.
I don't know. I mean, I'm excited for it. So that's really all I got to say. Fucking,
Yeah.
Can I have
looking
it now,
good.
please?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
gonna play through the original or whatever the reboot.
Yeah, I got it on my Steam and I got it on PS3. Either
yeah.
or.
Yeah, I'll play through that and maybe I'll play through the new one if I like it. I'm sure I will.
Word. It's worth it. Anyway, you can get it cheap. I say pick it up. Pick up Human Revolution if you haven't played it. A lot of people missed
Good
it, I
game.
think. So, great game. Anyway, that's the topic for this week. Thank you for joining us on the Dude Pool Games cast. If you liked what you saw, hit that like button. Makes sense, right? And if you got something to say, leave a comment. Logic. Check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/official Dudepool Gaming and on Twitter at Dudepool Gaming. As always, we're the Dudepool crew, and we'll catch you next week, lovelies.
See you guys.